The night sky lit up with fireworks, loud, beautiful lies exploding in colors above my head. Elara stood beside me, her hand tightly holding mine, her smile shining brighter than the flashes in the sky. "To us," she shouted into the crowd. Cameras clicked. Friends cheered. A drone flew overhead filming everything. She had planned all this, a public show to tell the world how perfect we were. But only I knew the truth. Just 6 hours earlier I saw the messages. Her laugh in his arms. Her late-night lies. Reid, my best friend. My brother in all but blood. I didn't cry. I didn't yell. I just folded the divorce papers and slipped them into my jacket pocket. So when she kissed me under the final burst of light, I whispered back, "Happy anniversary." And in my other hand, hidden from the cameras, I held her ending. Chapter 1. The sky exploded above me, blue, red, gold. People gasped and cheered. "Happy anniversary, baby." Elara shouted, gripping my hand tightly. "Do you like it?" I nodded slowly. "Yeah. It's loud." She laughed like I'd told the best joke. "You always say that. But come on, it's romantic, right? I had it all planned weeks ago." "Right?" I murmured. "Weeks ago. Before I found the messages. The ones with her name and Reid's over and over again. My wife. My best friend." "Elara, what is this?" someone asked, filming her with their phone. "A surprise fireworks show. For my husband. 2 years married today." She looked at me like I was her world. And still the best man I've ever known. I clenched my jaw. I didn't trust my voice. Someone handed her a mic. "Say something," she whispered. I stared at the crowd. I'm not really good at speeches. She nudged me playfully. "Just say you love me. That's enough." I swallowed. "I love you." The lie tasted like ash in my mouth. She beamed. "He's shy. But he's perfect." She turned to the crowd. "Everyone, meet the man I'll spend the rest of my life with." Cheers again. Another burst of color lit the sky. Reid appeared beside her, his hand on her shoulder. "Proud of you, bro," he said, clapping me on the back. "She's 1 in a million." I looked at him. "Yeah, 1 in a million." He grinned. "You all right? You look tired." "I didn't sleep much." "You should celebrate tonight. Both of you. You deserve it." Elara leaned into me. "We will. After all this." I watched her. "You planned this whole thing yourself?" She grinned. "Of course. I wanted the world to know how much you mean to me." "The world. Just not the truth." I forced a smile. "Thanks. It's beautiful." "It really is, isn't it?" she whispered, squeezing my hand. "You still love me, right?" "Sure," I said. "Of course I do." My fingers brushed the edge of the envelope in my pocket. The divorce papers. Signed. Final. Ready. The last firework burst into a heart shape. People clapped. Some took selfies. "Elara," I said. "Yeah." "Why did you do all this?" She blinked. "To make you happy." I looked away. "Right?" She frowned. "Why do you sound so off?" "I'm fine." "You're lying," she said, laughing nervously. "I can tell." I shrugged. "It's nothing." She leaned in again. "I love you, okay? I really do." I looked at her. "Do you?" She hesitated for just a second. Just long enough. Then she kissed my cheek. "Of course." I didn't kiss her back. The crowd was starting to leave. The night was almost over. Elara pulled me into a hug. "Thank you for loving me," she whispered. My voice was low. "Don't thank me yet." She asked. "Nothing," I said. But in my pocket the papers waited. Tomorrow I'd give them to her. And that would be her real surprise. Chapter 2. I still remember the first time I saw her, I muttered, staring at the ceiling. Mira, my sister, sipped her coffee beside me. "College cafeteria?" I nodded. She dropped her tray. Spaghetti everywhere. I helped her clean it up. "And fell in love instantly?" I gave a dry laugh. "Pathetic, right?" "No. Just predictable." "Elara was magnetic," I said. Everyone looked at her. But she looked at me. Or I thought she did. Mira leaned forward. "And Reid?" He was there too. Always there. Study groups, parties, game nights. I introduced them. Mira snorted. "You introduced your wife to the guy who'd ruin your life." I trusted them both. "Trust is a funny thing," she said. "You never see the cracks until you fall through them." I picked up my phone and opened the album. The one I shouldn't keep looking at. Photos. Texts. Her hand on Reid's chest. His lips on her neck. "I used to admire him," I said. "He was loyal. Reliable. The guy who always had my back." Maybe that's what he was doing, Mira muttered. Stabbing you in it. I proposed after graduation, I said. Remember? You made a speech. Elara cried. Reid clapped the loudest, Mira said. Too loud. I remember thinking it was weird. I thought it was support. She stared at me. You're not stupid, you know? Then why does it feel like I was? Because you loved her. And love makes you blind. Not dumb. I looked down. There were signs. Yeah. You just didn't want to read them. She stopped laughing at my jokes. Started locking her phone. Always saying she was tired. God, Mira said. Why didn't you say anything back then? Because I didn't want to believe it. Silence filled the room. I asked her once, I said, are you bored with me? She said I was overthinking. And you believed her. I needed to. Mira exhaled. You still love her? I didn't answer. Instead, I stared at a photo of us. Me in a tux, her in a white dress, and Reid standing just behind her, smiling like he'd already won. Chapter 3, Are you sure about this? Mr. Klein asked, pushing the papers toward me. I nodded. Yeah. He clicked his pen. Once you hand these over, there's no turning back. I don't want to turn back. He studied me for a second. You look young to be ending something so final. I looked younger when I believed in forever. He didn't say anything, just handed me the pen. I signed. You want me to file this now? No, I said. I want to give it to her myself. Later that night, Elara walked in, heels clicking on the hardwood. She looked flushed, glowing. Everyone loved the rooftop thing, she said. Even the mayor reposted it. I stood by the kitchen table. Did you mean what you said? She looked up. Which part? That I'm the love of your life. She smiled. Of course. Why? I slid the envelope across the table. What's this? She asked, laughing nervously. Open it. She did. Slowly. Her eyes scanned the first line. Then the second. Her smile dropped. Elara, I said, I know about you and Reid. She looked up, frozen. You, what? I've known for a while. Her mouth opened. Close. It wasn't, don't lie, I cut in. She stepped back. I can explain. I don't want an explanation. Tears welled up fast. You're just going to give up on us? You already did. I was confused. No, I said, you were careless. She held the papers, shaking. So that's it. Happy anniversary, I whispered. Chapter 4, You're overreacting, Elara hissed. It didn't mean anything. Don't insult me, I said. I saw everything. She grabbed my arm. It was a mistake. A stupid one-time, 6 months isn't a one-time thing. She flinched. You were distant. Always working. So you slept with my best friend? Silence. I gave you everything, I said. And you threw it away for what? Excitement. I didn't think you'd find out. I laughed bitterly. Wow, that's your defense. She turned away. I made a mistake. We can fix it. No, you made a choice. And I made mine. She stormed out. That night, Reid blocked me. Elara posted a selfie with the caption, Healing is messy. Mira called me. She's spinning the story, she said. You good? I will be. You want me to do something? Not yet, I said. Let her talk. You're scaring me, she joked. I'm done playing nice. Chapter 5, She's losing control, Mira said, sliding her phone across the table. I glanced at the screen. A screenshot of a leaked chat. Elara. Reid. A hotel room number. Where did this come from? Anonymous drop on a gossip page. It's spreading fast. I sipped my coffee. I didn't leak it. I know, she said. But I might have nudged someone. I raised an eyebrow. Mira. I didn't say it was me. I smirked. Thanks. She leaned back. Sponsors are pulling out. Her brand deals are dropping like flies. Good. She posted a crying video last night. You want to see? No, she said she was manipulated. Claimed Reid was controlling. I scoffed. Interesting rewrite. Oh, and Reid's wife? She filed too. Same day as you. Lana? Yeah. Quiet type. But savage timing. I looked out the window. Funny how truth travels. Elara's fans are splitting. Some think you set her up. Let them. You're really not going to say anything? No. I want her to drown in her own version of the truth. Mira tapped her nails on the table. You're colder than I expected. Not cold, I said. Just done. She nodded. She's spiraling. I'm not. Chapter 6. She banged on the door like it owed her something. Open it. Elara screamed. I know you're in there. I opened it slowly. She stood there, hair messy, eyes red, breathing like she'd run a marathon. You happy now? She snapped, stepping inside without waiting. You ruined me. I closed the door behind her. I didn't do anything. You think this is a game? She threw her bag down. Everyone's turning on me. I'm losing contracts, followers. People are sending me death threats. I warned you, I said calmly. You chose to lie. You chose Reid. You're acting like you're innocent. I was, until I wasn't blind anymore. You humiliated me. I crossed my arms. You humiliated yourself. I just stopped protecting you. She stared at me like I was a stranger. This isn't you. You're not like this. No, I said. I was quiet, forgiving, blind. That was me. And now I see clearly. She sank onto the couch, eyes wet. I messed up. You didn't just mess up. You made a decision. Over and over. I didn't mean to hurt you. You just didn't care if you did. Silence stretched between us. I missed you, she whispered. I sat across from her. You miss control. You miss being adored. That's not fair. No, Elara, I cut in, voice sharp. What's not fair is watching the woman I loved turn me into a background character in her drama. I felt lonely, she said. You were always working. Always distant. I was building our life. And I was drowning in it. Then you should have talked to me, I said. Not crawled into bed with Reid. I didn't think you'd leave. I laughed bitterly. You thought I'd just take it? No, she whispered. I thought you'd always love me. I looked her dead in the eyes. I did. More than I should have. Her voice cracked. Is it really over? I nodded. It ended the moment you made me feel like I wasn't enough. She wiped her face. Do you hate me? I don't know, I said. But I'm done bleeding for someone who never bothered to notice I was cut. She stood slowly, like every movement hurt. I'm sorry. I didn't say anything. She walked to the door, paused, and whispered, You were the best thing I ever had. I stayed seated. Then why did you treat me like I was disposable? She didn't answer. The door clicked shut behind her. And I finally exhaled. Chapter 7. I opened the old shoebox buried in the back of my closet. Dust puffed into the air. Inside, dozens of folded pages yellowing at the edges. Mira sat on the floor beside me. What are those? Letters, I said. Ones I never gave her. You wrote her letters? I nodded. When I was happy. When I missed her. When I thought we were forever. She picked one up. This is dated 2 years ago. Read it. She opened it carefully, then read aloud. Sometimes I watch you sleep and think I must have done something good to deserve you. She glanced at me. Ouch. Keep going. Even when we fight, I still want you beside me. Even when I'm tired, I still want to hold your hand. Myra's voice softened. You really loved her. I gave her everything I had. I took another letter, one I'd written after our first anniversary. I didn't read it. Just stared. You going to keep these? Mira asked. I shook my head. No. I grabbed the lighter from my drawer, stepped out to the balcony, and lit the first one. You sure? Yeah, I said. These were for someone who never really existed. The flames rose and I watched the ashes scatter. Chapter 8. The envelope came without a return address. I knew her handwriting before I opened it. Mira glanced at it. From her? I nodded. Yeah. You gonna read it? I hesitated. Might as well. I opened the letter. I don't know if you'll ever forgive me. I don't expect you to. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I read in silence. You were always steady. Always kind. I took that for granted. I thought you'd never leave, so I tested how far I could go before you broke. She actually admitted it, I muttered. Mira raised an eyebrow. Took her long enough. I kept reading. Reid doesn't talk to me anymore. His wife won't even look at me. My friends vanished. I guess people only love you when you're shining. She finally saw it, I said. What it feels like to be disposable. What are you gonna do? Mira asked. I folded the letter. Nothing. No message back? No, she leaned back. Cold. Necessary. I tossed the letter in the drawer, unopened to the world, sealed in my past. She regrets it, Mira said quietly. I nodded. Good. But regret isn't the same as healing. And I wasn't her medicine anymore. Chapter 9. The train rocked gently beneath me. Outside, fields blurred past, painted gold by the late afternoon sun. Myra's voice came through the phone. Where are you now? Somewhere past Hollow Creek. Still moving. You sound lighter. I looked out the window. I am. You needed this. A break. A reset. I smiled faintly. I think I just needed to stop bleeding where I wasn't being healed. She paused. You planning to come back soon? Maybe. Maybe not. For once, I don't need to know. A soft knock interrupted me. A middle-aged woman stood beside my seat. Mind if I sit here? I nodded. Go ahead. Mira chuckled through the phone. New people already? I laughed. Not everything's a story waiting to happen. You sure about that? I shrugged. I'm starting to be. After the call ended, I watched the woman settle in. She smiled politely. No questions, no assumptions. I leaned back and exhaled. I used to think closure had to be dramatic. A final word, a slam of a door, something loud. But now I understood. Sometimes closure was quiet. A letter you don't answer. A train you take without telling anyone. Peace, not noise. Hours later, at a small-town cafe near the station, I heard Elara's name mentioned on a nearby TV. Influencer Elara Hayes under fire again? I didn't turn to look. The barista asked, that scandal's wild? Huh. Guess so, I said, sipping my coffee. You okay, man? You look like you just walked away from a storm. I smiled. Maybe I did. He nodded. You look like someone figuring it out. Yeah, I said. One step at a time. Chapter 10. The rooftop was quiet this time. No crowd. No cameras. Just me, a lighter, and a single sparkler. Mira joined me a minute later, 2 paper cups in her hands. You really brought me back here? Thought it was fitting, I said, taking the coffee. Full circle. She looked around. No banners. No fireworks. No dramatic speeches. None needed. We stood in silence for a moment, the wind tugging gently at our jackets. You okay? She asked. I nodded. Finally. Even after everything? Because of everything. She sipped her coffee. You don't talk about her anymore. I don't think about her much either. You still angry? No. I'm just done holding it. She smiled faintly. You're not the same guy from a year ago. I hope not. I pulled the sparkler from my coat pocket. Mira raised an eyebrow. What's that? My own kind of firework. I lit it. The sparkler hissed to life, flickering gold in the night. This is it, she teased. No grand explosions? This is enough. We watched it burn together. Remember how she screamed your name up here? Mira said quietly. Yeah, I replied. Everyone heard her. But no one saw you. I let her shine, I said. But I was burning underneath. Mira looked at me. And now? I'm lighting something for me. The sparkler fizzled slowly like it understood. You ever think you'll fall in love again? She asked. I thought about it. Maybe. But next time I'll love myself first. She nodded. Took a while to get here, huh? Yeah. But I'm not bitter. I'm better. The sparkler went out, leaving behind only smoke and a faint glow on the pavement. We stood there a little longer. No words. Just peace. Then Mira said, You ready to go? I looked out at the skyline one last time. Yeah. I left what I needed to leave. We walked toward the exit. At the stairs I paused. Hey, I said. Mira turned. Thanks for staying, I said. Always, she replied. We disappeared down the stairs and behind us the night stayed quiet. No fireworks. No lies. Just me. And a spark that finally belonged to me.